It's the Don McKay Morning Show here on RadioOnFire.com. Thank you for joining me. New episodes of Don McKay Morning Show drop daily, 9 a.m. A lot of things I want to talk about, a lot of things that I want to get into. So let's crack this thing open. Back when I was in elementary school, of course, we had the Pledge of Allegiance, National Anthem, all that kind of good stuff that happened in school. Of course, I stood for the National Anthem. I stood for the Pledge of Allegiance, hand over the heart, the whole thing, as most of my class did. I do remember one student in my class in the third grade who did not stand for the pledge or the National Anthem, which I thought it was weird. Because everybody that I knew, that's just what we did. It was just a part of the routine in class. And so there was a big fuss about it. The family did not, because of their religious beliefs, stand for either of those practices. And as I got older, I would see sprinkles of people doing that. But for the most part, people stood for the pledge, stood for the national anthem, and all of that. Now, of course, at this time also, prayer happened in school, and there were talks of God and things like that. All of that has now been removed, and I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that kids are not required to do that now if they don't want to. But last year, 2016, of course, Colin Kaepernick sparked off what has become a take the knee movement, which is about police brutality, not the U.S. troops per se. So, in the light of this, controversy sparked. Now, it began during the 2016 preseason, when Colin Kaepernick, then quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers, quietly knelt during the national anthem. As I said, the practice drew sharp responses from people both for and against the protest. Some people agree with what he's protesting. Others agree not necessarily with what he's protesting, but the right that he has to protest. So that is what the controversy stems from. Some people feel that he has the right to protest, but not in the way that he's doing it. Others don't want to see anything. They just see him, quote unquote, disrespecting the flag. Kaepernick told the press at the time, "I'm not going to show pride in a flag for a country that oppresses black people and people of color." And he continued by saying, "To me, this is bigger than football and would be selfish on my part to look the other way. There are bodies in the street and people getting paid leave and getting away with murder." He went on to talk about police brutality and referencing that as the reason for his protest. So I want to tell people who've got it confused. The debate has gotten switched around. Do not allow racists or right-wing apologists to shift the meaning of the take the knee movement to disrespecting the country or the troops as a whole. That's not what this movement is about. We love the troops. We love this country. But we hate police brutality. We seek fair and just treatment at the hands of law enforcement for everyone in this country. Many players have joined the movement to the dismay of Donald Trump, President Trump. One supporter of these protests said that critics should wake up because players are exercising their rights. So over the weekend, President Trump attacked the NFL players, and this came 2 days after the president unleashed a very bizarre rant against the NFL campaign. Rally is where he does a lot of his stuff. If it's not Twitter, then it's going to be at a campaign rally. And this was in Alabama for Senator Luther Strange. So Trump's comments about the NFL protests were quickly condemned on Friday and Saturday, including by the NFL Players Association, the NFL itself, and numerous team owners. By Saturday night, even Stevie Wonder took a knee on stage at the Global Citizens Fest in New York City. So Trump said that the commissioner is justifying the NFL players' disrespect. And amid the backlash from fans and execs, the commissioner instituted a degree of damage control by issuing a statement denouncing the president's remarks on Colin Kaepernick and those who protest in solidarity with him. But the damage was not over, as Goodell signing with the players targeted his Alabama speech. The president only prompted the nation's unhinged commander-in-chief to turn his crosshairs to the leader's administrator. Here's what's ironic about this. What's ironic is that in his attempt to be more divisive, he actually united players. Players who don't agree with Colin Kaepernick are showing some form of unity with the players, which I think these are the type of things that actually help move things forward. Because people who necessarily disagree with Colin Kaepernick's view or his reasoning are siding with him because of the attacks of the president. And I think that in the long run, even though President Trump is divisive, he is a racist, he's going to unite many people just because they want to oppose him. Now, the message capped off an explosive day in sports news. Less than 24 hours after Trump advising owners to fire players who take a knee, he went nuclear on the Golden State Warriors through a tweet that he sent out to announce he was withdrawing the NBA's invitation to the White House. Which was so ironic is that the Golden State Warriors had already said that they did not want to come based on President Trump's just being him. But he tried to, you can't quit because I fired you, like on some bullshit like that. The outrage poured in from across the spectrum of American team sports, not just NFL, not just NBA. Even Major League Baseball stars, seeing its first player in Oakland A's catcher Bruce Maxwell taking the knee during the national anthem. And to make matters worse, it appears that the president may have stepped over the line, but he's not going to back up. Owners and executives from the Giants, the Falcons, the Dolphins, the 49ers, the Green Bay Packers, and the LA Chargers have all put out statements in opposition of President Trump's remarks. Trump tells fans to stop attending NFL games, calls the games boring, said that the reason that the viewership is down is because people are interested in him and he's, what people want to see. But despite, and this is so crazy, despite the fact that Colin Kaepernick repeatedly stated that the protest is against racism, police brutality, and oppression, detractors have made his kneeling during the national anthem about disrespecting the flag and the United States. Very, very interesting. Even when he talks about it, they still take a different approach. So, do you have to stand for the national anthem? That's what I wanted to ask. And of course, as a person, as a citizen, you can do what you want to do. Members of the armed forces pretty much are going to stand. But this debate is about football players in the NFL. Are NFL players required to stand for the national anthem. Across the web, people are sharing a so-called quote-unquote rule pertaining to the national anthem and whether or not NFL players are required to stand or even attend. Now, social media users are posting this text and asking readers to copy and paste it. And it says in part, the specific rule pertaining to the national anthem is found on pages A62 through 63 of the NFL League Rulebook. And it states the national anthem must be played prior to every NFL game and all players must be on the sideline for the national anthem. During the national anthem, players on the field and bench area should stand at attention, face the flag, hold helmets in their left hand, and refrain from talking. The home team should ensure that the American flag is in good condition. It should be pointed out to players and coaches that we continue to be judged by the public in this area of respect for the flag and our country. Failure to be on the field by the start of the national anthem may result in discipline such as fines, suspensions, and the forfeiture of draft choices for violations of the above, including first offenses. Now, here we go. In an attempt to verify this content, it was decided and executed to take a look at the NFL's 2017 official playing rules. This is the official tissue. This is what it really says as opposed to this copy and paste. Because people do this. They copy and paste stuff, right? They copy and paste this. If you want Facebook to not be a paid service, you got to copy and paste this. If, you don't want them to take your information. People paste and copy and paste all types of things on social media that are not true. There was something going around about Facebook going to be a paid service, and if you didn't copy and put this on your profile, that was going to happen, or that all the information was going to be leaked to everybody if you didn't copy and paste this, and all kind of foolishness. But that doesn't make it true. So social media users have been posting the following text asking readers to copy and paste this to their profiles, and this is what people are saying. The specific rule pertaining to the national anthem is found on pages A62 and 63 of the NFL League Rulebook. It states the national anthem must be played prior to every NFL game, and all players must be on the sidelines for the national anthem. During the national anthem, players on the field and bench area should stand at attention, face the flag, hold helmets in their left hand, and refrain from talking. The home team should ensure that the American flag is in good condition. It should be pointed out to players and coaches that we continue to be judged by the public in this area of respect for the flag and our country. Failure to be on the field by the start of the national anthem may result in discipline such as fines, suspensions, and or forfeiture of draft choices for violations of the above, including first offenses. Now, in order to verify this, we looked at the NFL's 2017 official playing rules. Nowhere in the 2017 rulebook does the NFL even mention the national anthem. Pages 62 and 63 contain information on the enforcement of fouls. This thing that's going around the internet that people are passing around is false. It is fake. It is a fraud. It is not true. The only section in the official playing rules 2017 for the NFL that could pertain to the issue would be Article 8 under Section 4, and it is headlined Equipment, Uniforms, Player Appearance. And that rule states this. This is officially from the 2017 NFL rule book. Throughout the period on game day, A player is visible to the stadium and television audience, including in pre-game warm-up, in the bench area, during post-game interviews in the locker room or on the field. Players are prohibited from wearing, displaying, or otherwise conveying personal messages, either in writing or illustration, unless such message has been approved in advance by the league office. Items to celebrate anniversaries or memorable events, or to honor or commemorate individuals, such as helmet decals, armbands, jersey patches on players' uniforms, are prohibited unless approved in advance by the league office. All such items approved by the league office, if any, must relate to team or league events or personages. The league will not grant permission for any club or player to wear, display, or otherwise convey messages through helmet decals, armbands, jersey patches, or other items affixed to game uniforms or equipment which relate to political activities or causes or non-football events, causes or campaigns, or charitable causes or campaigns. Furthermore, any such approved items must be modest in size, tasteful, non-commercial, non-controversial, must be worn for no more than one football season, and if approved for use by a specific team, must not be worn by players on other teams in the league. So there you have it. There's no mention of the national anthem. The last official word on the topic of the national anthem came from NFL spokesman Brian McCarthy. This was in August 2016 when Colin Kaepernick first took his knee. This is at the beginning of the Take the Knee protest. And according to NBC Sports, McCarthy wrote in a statement that players are encouraged but not required to stand during the playing of the national anthem. So let me say that again. NFL spokesman Brian McCarthy said at the beginning of Kaepernick's movement that players are encouraged but not required to stand during the playing of the national anthem. On page 12 of the playing rules, it does say that players have to appear on field at least 10 minutes before kickoff. But that is a reference to warm-up time, which usually happens well before 10 minutes. There's another rule prohibiting players from wearing, displaying, or conveying personal messages in writing or illustration, but that does not address the substance of this protest. There is another document called the Game Ops Manual, which lays out procedures for the national anthem, but there is nothing in it requiring players to stand. Now, as a result, this rule book claim of players, being fined or required to stand for the anthem is false. Instead, it is a player's individual decision. Now, in his attempt, President Trump's attempt to snuff out this protest movement, he has united other players who have different views than Colin Kaepernick, but are united in his right to protest and take exception to the players being called out and the owners, with pressure put on them from the president. So all this is uniting people, and that, frankly, is a good thing. I expect this protest to continue, whether you stand, whether you don't. The flag is not the issue. This is a symbolic gesture to bring awareness to police brutality. Wherever you sit on this topic is your choice, but you cannot reframe the meaning of the gesture because you feel differently. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, @The Dominic K Show, at Radio on Fire. I always encourage people to reach out to me through the comment section, through email, djdiamondk@gmail.com, through social media, and hundreds of people do. They either agree or disagree with what I'm saying, and I encourage all of that communication. I love to have healthy debates. So I will be hosting the 2017 African American Authors and Empowerment Expo at Morgan State University, Saturday, October the 7th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And it's absolutely free, Morgan State University. Also, I'm playing a character, Mr. Jones, in a play, Never Judge a Book by Its Cover, by author Taisha Downer. And Taisha Downer brings her novel, Never Judge a Book by Its Cover, to life in her latest adult play. Come and join us October the 14th and 15th at the Downtown Cultural Arts Center, 401 North Howard Street in Baltimore, Maryland. Showtimes Saturday, as I said, October 14th and 15th. Saturday showtimes 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. and 6:30 to 9 p.m. This is Saturday. Sunday showtimes 2 p.m. to 4:30 and 5:30 to 8 p.m. TaishaDowner.com can get tickets. Get those tickets while they're last. Lastly, 2017 Baltimore Music Awards nominations now underway. Visit BaltimoreMusicAwards.com. Let your voice be heard at the biggest BMA Baltimore Music Awards red carpet celebration ever. That goes down December the 5th. But nominations are being cast right now. BaltimoreMusicAwards.com. Let your voice be heard. I will see you guys tomorrow.